Testing. 1, 2, 3. So I wanted to go live after the Timberwolves game. Um, just to give some quick thoughts on that, while I also give my thoughts on the Vikings game as well. From the Timberwolves game, yeah, it was close at the end. Second half was much better than the first half. Julius Randle, oh boy. I hope it gets better. I hope it gets better. I hope it gets better. That's all I can say. A lot of adjustments, a lot of getting used to. Hopefully it works out in regards to the Timberwolves. So, but Anthony Edwards, save us. Hopefully he can do as much as he can in the first quarter of the season, because this team's going to need to gel a lot. I miss Cat already. So, yeah. So let's talk about the actual game. Minnesota Vikings losing to Detroit Lions 31-29. Not a great, not a great way to go out. We're still ranked very high. I think we are one of the top 2, maybe even top 3 teams in the NFL. I think we played a great team. We've proven that we can go to the Super Bowl. In regards to problems with this team, I mean, come on. Do I have to even say it? Do I have to even say it? In terms of who was the big stinker on this team? The Lions got 4 sacks on us. Ed Ingram. We have to talk about Ed Ingram. Dalton Reisner is fully participant now. He may or may not start the Rams game. The Rams game could be the final game of Ed Ingram. And if it is, we will be saved. Yes, his run block, Dalton Reisner's run block is not the greatest, but his pass block is so much better. And I'm ready for that change. Other changes, other changes I'm ready for. I'm ready for TJ Hawkinson to be back. Sort of same thing with Dalton Reiser. Might not be back against the Rams. Might return against the Colts because, it's sort of a mini bye after the Rams. So, and we play the Colts on Sunday Night Football. So that just gives even some more extra hours for Hawkinson against the Colts. So here's my guess. Obviously they have to activate Hawkinson because his practice window ends on Thursday. So they will have to activate him. Will he play? I don't know. He might be a healthy scratch. Reisner, they don't have to activate him. He has to be activated by the Colts game. So he might be a healthy. So I think they're going to both be out. If I had to be a betting man, they're probably both going to be out. But going to the actual game, Vikings defense, Ben Johnson won the battle. And Jared Goff was perfect for 3 quarters. He went 20 in overall. He went 22 of 25, 280 and 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And The first incompletion was a pass tipped up at the line. Yeah, not great. Not great by the Brian Flores defense. Couldn't get enough pressure. Not having Blake Cashman really hurt this team. Um, and we desperately need to get some more defensive line help. Um, I would like to sign someone, whether it be like a Dexter Lawrence or somebody else, before the free agent deadline. I don't care. F them picks. That's all I can say with that. Because we're trying to win a championship this year. So, and I think Sam Darnold can do it. I don't, those trade rumors, those fake trade rumors, Matthew Stafford, blah, blah, blah. No. Um, Give me Sam Darnold, more mobile, more durable to be the quarterback for this year. Because he went 22 of 27, 259 and a touchdown. Yes, he had the one bad interception. It was a bad interception. I will say that. But overall, he played great for the most part. The only other mistake I would say he had was on that third down. He overthrew Justin Jefferson. That could have extended the drive. Would have loved that, which is why it's going to be very important to have TJ Hawkinson back. Also, would have liked a little bit more aggressive play calling on that last drive from Kevin O'Connell. If you get the first down, you can almost end the game right there. So, yeah. And you knew the defense wasn't making any stops. So, hell, I probably would have gone for on fourth down. And then, Lions, it's a short field. So you still will have time left. You can get a game winning field goal yourself, maybe. Who knows? But I'm good. I mean, play calling at the end maybe could have been better, but overall it was a mostly good game from the Vikings overall. They even got a scoop and score. David Montgomery, who did get hurt earlier in the game, it was unfortunate, but did get back in the game. He had only 9 carries for 31 yards and the fumble. But Jahmyr Gibbs is Mr. Sonic. 19 carries, 115, and 116, I should say, and 15 carries, 116, yes, and 2 tutties for Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, he is a beast. And stopping that line, and they really love the run game there in Detroit. So I think that's something we need to be on the lookout next time. We need some better run blocking. Run blocking and someone who can run block. As I said, Cashman probably would have helped out a lot. But hey, and St. Brown was the only really efficient receiver. I mean, Goff did spread it around a lot, but it was mostly Amon-Ra St. Brown. He scorched us with 8 catches, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Cleve Raymond also did get a touchdown. And as I said, the Lions got to us 4 times. 1 for Rodriguez, 1 for Campbell, 1 for Pascal, and 1 for Nowoski. And the interception, of course, being Mr. Brian Branch. Brian Branch. He's a good one. Hate to say it. And, of course, Jake Bates, his 1 field goal was the game-winning field goal. Meanwhile, for the Vikings on the ground, Aaron Jones had 93 carries and a touchdown. Sam Darnold was our second rusher for 4 carries, 39 yards. Cam Akers did not play in this game. I think it's sort of a look now that we might need to have Cam Akers be that second back with Aaron Jones. I love me some Ty Chandler. Maybe I would like to use him a little bit more. But, Aaron Jones may be more on a pitch count if Cam Akers can't be productive. But we just need to see if that is the case. Cam Akers will be playing against his former team on Thursday if he does play. If he does, if we do use him, actually, I should say. Justin Jefferson doing his thing. Did not get 100 yards, but got 7 carries for 7 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown. Also technically have a carry for 3 yards. And that's the other thing. We're trying to get a little too cute in the fourth quarter. I don't know about that, but Jalen Naylor, 4 catches, 76 yards. Addison, 3 catches, 66 yards, even though Most of that was just on that one deep catch. So Sam Darnold really relying on Justin Jefferson a lot, and the sacks. Van Ginkel, he has been the MVP of our defense. He has had 2 sacks. He got 2 sacks against the Lions. So he is doing just fine here. And Ivan Pace with a sack as well as Jonathan Grenard. So we got Jared Goff 4 times. The pressure, I mean, getting to him was fine, but it just sometimes couldn't get there fast enough. In the cornerbacks and safeties, I was a little disappointed in, honestly. Even though I know we've been giving up a lot of yards, I thought, oh, this is a lot of garbage time. We've been playing a little bit more soft, but I guess that's just sort of how we've been playing. Um, so we're really relying on that defensive line, and that's just, I guess, sort of how it's just going to have to be. The Vikings, they're going to be blitzing a lot, and that's how they're going to try to win. They want to get to the quarterback. You don't need the best cornerbacks and safeties. Stephon Gilmore, not as great as he did against the Jets, falling down. Cam Bynum got beat. Byron Murphy. Byron Murphy's honestly, out of the whole backfield, is the worst one. To be honest, um, even against the Packers when he had the fumble, was it the fumble recovery and the interception? He still wasn't. He still was getting a little burnt out there. So I don't know. So either the Vikings have to in the trade deadline, either have to double down on the defensive line, or they need to go out and get a corner or a safety. Probably a corner, most likely. Cam Bynum's good for the most part. He just did not have a good game. And Harrison Smith. I mean, Harrison Smith, didn't really hear much from Harrison Smith, but Harrison Smith, okay day. So Hawkinson definitely going to be a key to revive this offense. Need some more short yardage, a short yardage catcher. Sam Darnold's relying too much on Justin Jefferson, trying to find him, and also Jordan Addison at the same time. If you can't find one of those two, then it sort of just goes a little haywire for him. Even though, yes, Naylor has been a good option to have it too, but he usually he's sometimes a little too focused on Jefferson or Addison. On that one interception, he had Aaron Jones in the flat, and that could have been an easy touchdown. He was wide open, and if he had maybe enough speed, gets in for a touchdown. Was it 35, 40-yard touchdown would have been probably. So just more spatial awareness from Sam Darnold, and that can all and with Reisner, and definitely a lot more time for him to survey the field. So those two, I mean, those couple options will definitely help a lot. I would say Hawkinson more than Reisner at this point. Yes, Ed Ingram is very bad, but having an underneath option, someone quick to pass to, and get some short yardage, some good short yardage plays to get you close to a first down, or get you enough for the first down, is more important right now. So my guess is Hawkinson's going to be active. I do think they're, as I said, they're both probably going to be activated. Well, probably Hawkinson. Hawkinson has to be activated for the Rams game, but I don't know. I feel like both might just sit. Back injury. Dalton Reisner has a back injury. That, I mean, you gotta really be 100%. Yes, he had it was a full participant. But that was just more of a walkthrough. That wasn't really like an actual practice. So that was just more of an estimation. So I think, after this game, hopefully when we are 6-1, then we can be like, okay, this is what we're doing now going forward. Colts game from now, Hawkinson, Reisner, game-changing offense, and hopefully no more on the no more injuries. So But I'm excited. I'm really excited for what this team can do. We lost very close to a very good team. And yeah, am I sad we're not undefeated anymore? Of course. No, of course you want to beat your division opponents. Yeah, we're not the number one seed anymore. Hell, we're not even the number one team in our division anymore. But we can still get that back. We got through a big gauntlet early on for our schedule. Now the Lions have to go through a little gauntlet of their own. Um, so Lions still have to play the Packers. We do have an advantage on the Packers, so technically I would have to. So technically, it would be an advantage for the Vikings, for the Packers to beat the Lions, and the Lions also play the Texans. They have to. I mean, they have to play the Pack. Well, the Lions have to play the Packers twice. They have to play the Bills, and they gotta play the 49ers toward the end of the season. 49ers look banged up right now, and but if they're healthy toward the end of the season, Lions are going to have to play a more healthy 49ers at the end of the season. Yes, no IU, but they'll have Debo, most likely Kittle, and maybe even CMC. But Lions, pretty good team. If there's any team to lose to, it would be, I said it was beat Detroit. It was a close game, and I think the Vikings are a top three team in the NFL. Probably have to go Chiefs one. Yes, I understand there's a lot of people arguing, oh, the Chiefs haven't been playing convincingly, blah, 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 blah. Um, howdy. And howdy to Joseph. And I think there's a Daniel too. But the Chiefs, yes, they are not playing spectacular football. They are not. But guess what? They are still winning. Winning is winning. And this is not 2022. The Chiefs are not 2022 Vikings. They got a good coach and they got Patrick Mahomes. They just know how to win ugly. And you know, and unlike the 2022 Vikings, Chiefs way of winning is sustainable. Still have a pretty good defense, and the offense, while it's not amazing, it still can be efficient. So I mean, the Lions have been playing like the best team. If we're talking about performance and how teams have been beating teams, yes, the Lions are the best team. But when it gets time to the playoffs, though, I'm still not going to bet against the Chiefs. That's just what I'm saying, because if we're talking about like right now, sure, but like if I'm talking who has a better chance of winning the Super Bowl, I gotta go with the Chiefs. So Lions, can compete with the Chiefs. They've proven they can beat the Chiefs for sure. Could they do it in a Super Bowl? They could. They absolutely could. It'd just be very difficult. I think it would just be very difficult to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Anybody to beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, just because they just when it gets to playoffs, it's different. Regular season, it's different. Regular season is different. You know, Lions are playing the best out of all the regular season teams right now. You could also put there with like the Ravens too. The Ravens playing some good football. Still don't know how they started. Oh, and well, I should say lose to the Raiders. Yeah, they lost to Chiefs, almost expected, but yeah, the Raiders game felt like a one-off. But the Ravens are also one of those good teams too, so they're around the top four. Um, so you could deviate, you could whatever four teams, those are the top four teams, of course. Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, Vikings, whichever one, but those are the four teams who have the best chance of going into the Super Bowl. And that's probably going to be the championship game. I'd say Lions, Vikings, NFC championship game, Ravens, Chiefs, and AFC championship game. Who's going to go to the Super Bowl? You know, yeah, the Ravens looking like Ravens looking like a better team. But when it comes to the playoffs, who knows how to handle the pressure. Chiefs. NFC Championship game. Lions might have the edge, maybe have the edge in there. Of course, it would depend on where it's being played too, just because they just have a more experience in that department from last year. So advantage would go to the Lions. So, um, but Lions tough schedule ahead. So the Vikings should not be giving up, thinking that we just lost we just like the Vikings do have a favorable schedule. Exactly. Vikings have a favorable schedule coming up. Lions have a much tougher schedule. Same thing with the Green Bay. Well, Green Bay has a more favorable schedule than Detroit, I would actually say. I thought they were going to lose to the Texans, but yeah, Detroit they could maybe split with San Francisco. San Francisco sort of owns them. But that's more in the playoffs, I would say. So they could maybe beat the 49ers, but they don't. But the Packers don't really have much of a tough schedule. So I think out of the the top three teams, Lions have the hardest of these schedules remaining. Um, Vikings have the most favorable. I think the Vikings do have the most favorable. They have the best chance to win the NFC North if they win all the games that they should win. Um, let's just say they don't even beat let's say they get swept by the Lions. I still think the Vikings still have a very good chance of winning the North because the Lions do have some tougher schedule. Does have a tougher schedule when it comes to the Packers, the Texans, the Bills, and the 49ers. All are going to be very tough for the Lions to beat. How I might even throw in the Bears. The Bears are a very interesting team. They have a tough-ish schedule. I don't know how good the Bears are. Are they frauds? Are they not? They're 4 games that they won against easy teams, or easy banged up teams. So, mm, um, but I think, yeah, I think I think the Vikings still have the advantage to win the North, even if they do get swept by the Lions. Seeding may not matter. I think the Lions, though, did have a good home field advantage in the playoffs. We saw that against the when they played the Rams and the Buccaneers. The Niners, yes, it didn't really matter. I mean, it didn't. It looked like they went in there and had all the momentum and all that, but then the tide changed and the Niners. I could also say that maybe it wasn't as much of the home field advantage, but the Niners were just the more experienced team, and the Lions got a little too relaxed. And of course, there was some luck into that too, especially with that one IU catch. Um, but I do think home field can matter a little bit. Does matter a little bit in the small moments, especially with penalties. In terms of false starts or delay games, that could matter a lot. I know the Vikings are a much better team at home. Yet, even though, yeah, they did lose against the Lions at home, I do think their home field advantage does help them out a good chunk. The one thing I will say, though, talking about delay games, that's the one thing the Vikings also need to manage. Sam Darnold's not good at is delay of games. I just I want him to fix that. He needs better clock management. I don't want to be wasting all 3 of our timeouts in the first quarter. Not no, I don't think not all of them were because of that. But it just sucks having to use all 3 timeouts in the first quarter. That really hurt us in the second quarter. So, but yeah, defense needs to be better. Um, in the and getting people healthy is going to be important. Um, But once we have Hawkins and Reisner, just you wait. Just you wait. So, Vikings will be playing on Thursday Night Football. I will be going live for that game. I don't know if I'm gonna be right here downstairs. I think it's going to be faster watching it on Twitch. So I'm probably gonna be using that. So I'll be using that and streaming the game and doing all that. So the North is going to be great. The NFC North is going to be great. All 7 teams, all the 7 seeds with the 7 seed format. All 4 teams from the NFC North are currently in it, and I can't wait for this fight. We'll see if the Bears are good. Just you wait. This is gonna be a fight for the end. So if all of them make it, hey, I'm here for it. I am 100% here for it. So let's get ready to rumble. Vikings unfortunately lose 31-29 against the Detroit Lions, but get to rebound on Thursday. Now have to do all in it and play the Rams on Thursday. Stay tuned for that stream. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to get a video out tomorrow, and then we'll do this stream Thursday. I mean, I should get that day off. So, thank you all for watching. It's past midnight now. Oh, Lions are gonna. They might. We'll just see. Of course, worst almost, yeah. Could, who knows? Maybe it could be the Packers. But of course, Jordan Love is Brett Favre, so he might throw an interception in the NFC Championship game. But yeah, thank you, Justin. Thank you all for watching. See you guys Thursday. This has been Adam, also known as Minnesota Vikings Man 28. And as always, Skull and yeah, Skull Vikes.